of the good opinion of others.
Exactly. So, but to really take that in and to really harness that and to really get that and then to live from that place. And to remind ourselves to do that on a moment-to-moment basis where we're living, I think I like to wake up, Dr. Joe Dispenza, who you and I both know, and he talks about living the greatest ideal of himself. Monique, he'll say to me, who's the greatest ideal of you today? And I'll contemplate that in the morning. I really will. I'll contemplate it and I'll write it out and I'll journal it out. And when I really take the time to do that, I really contemplate, who do I want to be today? Today I'm this confident, independent, fun, vivacious, sexy, successful, wild, smart, ambitious, genius.
You know exactly. That's
woman.
fantastic. Without any hesitation.
Exactly. When I live from that place and I step out of bed in the morning as that woman, it starts the night before for me. When I contemplate it at night before I go to bed, and then I wake up as that person in the morning, and I walk into that, is so important, as opposed to when I don't do it and I wake up with the old voices that are running of like, oh my God, what am I going to do about, but what I really find key is during the day that I am associating myself with the people that support me and see me as that as well.
Right.
Do you know? And it's so important. And anybody who's not a part of that, or anybody who's knocking me in any kind of way, or not supportive, or I just honestly, I don't want them in my life anymore. I just, and I was like, I have to ask myself, why would I have them there to begin with? What am I getting out of it by having them not support me and being my best self? And that's my responsibility. Take a look at that. What is
Absolutely. But the universe pairs us together. And
Yes.
Not every situation would be considered optimal as far as who you hang out with, particularly in the work environment.
Well,
you're put in a work environment
Yeah.
with people that you may not choose to be
That's true.
with. And so the idea is then to just create what you're going to create regardless.
Right. That's right.
And you set that up the best you can. And you create joy and you live joy and you be joy the best you can. And sometimes it's inappropriate to be that joy. Sometimes it might be appropriate to take action, to maybe take slightly aggressive action or slightly aggressive communication because that's what's appropriate at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't necessarily believe in a perfectly ideal lifestyle that it's always going to be joyful. I think that it's about having the balance of an enormous amount of joy and an enormous amount of selflessness. And you learn from those experiences a lot of times that aren't as optimal and maybe considered to be painful, but there's still experiences that you're going to come out and you're going to sort of understand how to be able to repel others and be able to, I don't say repel wouldn't be a great word, but be able
Deflect
to
their energy.
deflect
not
the energy,
take it on.
to deflect the energy.
Right.
Or, as I talked about, the aspect of owning, where you own it and you use it to make you stronger. I kind of joke, and sometimes I say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. The heck with that. Bring them on, baby. Come on, take it. And I picture this really unreasonable and crazy reminder for myself that I'm standing in front of a cannon, and the cannon's mouth is this big, and I'm 3 feet in front of it, and it starts shooting garbage at me, full force. And then I just turn into this big, crazy cartoon character with a really big mouth. And my mouth opens up and it goes, then it stops, I go, So I've created this outrageous picture.
Right.
What it does is it reduces some of the stress. And it reminds me then that I can still be strong even in the face of all of that. And I think that that's, the people that had great adversity and come out stronger because of it, that's what they learn. They realize, wow, I can be greater regardless of that. And a lot of times that's what people are there to learn. And when we remember that, if you can remember that or have some, crazy reminders, some really crazy association that you can taste, that you can smell, that you can feel to help you reduce the stress. One of the key things that I learned from Dr. Jim is you want to reduce stress at all levels because stress creates distortion.
Yes, it does.
When you create
it
distortion,
so does.
then you're not thinking clearly.
Chemically, because chemically,
And chemically,
it throws us all off,
everything
and
changes,
yes,
and
it
then
does.
and then you're gone. Basically, your spirit is gone.
Truly.
And your conscious mind and your presence is gone. So whatever means you can to reduce stress, particularly in these situations, that's what I've opted to do. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm a drummer, because drumming is inherently, exercise. The word exercise means to exercise, means to, we call it work out. That's why it's very healthy for people to be physical, to work it out, to work out the demons, to work out the stress. So these are all, variety of different components that can create a better life. The bottom line is you want to create a better life whenever possible. And generally speaking, you want that your balance to be there. And that's what I strive for, and that's what I strive to teach and to coach and to mentor and to hopefully just communicate with anybody at any point.